interesting thing about, I suppose, men and providing, which is the traditional way of doing things has always been men provide, they go out, they earn the money to pay for the family and the kids to kind of have the lifestyle that they have, right? And I think there is something attached within that from a male's worth standpoint. I was having a conversation with a client about this the other day, and she said, "Oh, there's some real toxic masculinity going on there for with my need and want to provide like for a family." And I don't think it's necessarily toxic masculinity. What I actually think it is it's inbred meaning. If you think of men and women, a lot of time women have innate meaning and they already have innate value in who they are based upon being women and the fact that they are the ones that bear children. And throughout the years, obviously, if you don't want children, it's nothing against that, or saying that you don't have value if you can't have kids. It's not that. It's just that men see women as having innate value. If you think of wars and things like that, men would go off to war, women would stay back, and because we're trying to protect that and protect them. That would have happened from hunter-gatherer times all the way to the wars that are going on now, right? The reason I say about that is because for men, going to be able to provide for their family gives them value. And in a world now where like women have the same ability to earn the same amount as men, it was quite an interesting conversation because the change that seems to have occurred is that women don't need a provider anymore. They need a companion. So they don't need someone to pay for everything. They need someone to come alongside them with them as they chase their career or they do the thing that they want to do and they chase their passion, and have a man who can look after himself and they look after themselves as you go forward. And it's a real change, I think, in the environment that we are currently in. I think about it all the time because my need to provide or my want to provide has been a big driver for me going forward as a man and trying to create the business I want to create. And like I think I talk about it with my last relationship, like the goal for me the whole time was I want to try and provide this life for us. And the difficulty is knowing that like you don't actually have to do that because the world is changing, but I don't think it changes where you get your value from. I suppose a side or a comparison to this, which I've seen and spoke to clients about on the female side, would be the want to be a mum. So that want to be a mum for a lot of women is the driver for them and what they believe will give them purpose and gives them purpose. So like if they are a mum, that gives them a lot of drive going forward. And I think the same's true for men in the sense of providing for the family as the woman kind of has the child type thing. And it's not to say that like you don't split the roles or do anything like that. I'm not talking about kind of traditional lifestyle as being the way it needs to be. I'm just saying because it's what it has been for so long, and I think it's what people, or it's at least what I would like it to be, it comes from a pure selfish endeavor in the sense of like it's a selfless act to go and sacrifice yourself and work all these hours so your like wife and kids can have the life they want, right? To some degree. But it's selfish in the sense of like I'm doing that because I actually get value from that and because I then have meaning within my life, right? And it's just a really interesting state of play at the moment because it's I think different people want different things. So I don't think it's as easy as a sweeping statement as saying all women want this and all men want that. I think everyone's really individual. Like I've had so many conversations with people about how individual that is. I think it's different because there is just such a change going on in the landscape of things at the moment. And I do just think that as we move forward, it's just a real difficult time for men. I think it really is. I think the change is making it hard for men to know where they get their value from. Some women want a provider, some women want a companion. And I don't know whether the men who are looking to be a companion are finding women that only want providers, and the women who want a companion are only finding men that want to be providers. I don't think anyone's wrong. And I do think everyone's right in wanting the things that they want. I just think it's a very interesting landscape to be a part of right now.